Hey everybody, so today is race day, and this is sort of the conclusion of this journey. Um, it has been an amazing day. I started off this morning, I met a couple friends walking over to the metro station, which was good because I didn't want to walk by myself, so there was another lady that had done this before. And she kind of showed me exactly where to go, so it was really nice. It was a very friendly atmosphere. I thought I had lucked out because the forecast had been calling for rain for quite some time, and I left the hotel and I had my poncho and everything on, but it was just a slight mist, so I thought, okay, this is great. By the time I got to the start line area, the mist had become a drizzle, and then as we got started, it subsided somewhat at the start line. So everybody was ripping off the ponchos and throwing it. So I did that too because I wanted to be cool like the runners. And so I threw my poncho off to the side and we started going and everything was great. And just about into mile 2, I want to say, here came the rain. And it stayed just a heavy drizzle through the first single number miles, I will say. About mile 7, I started feeling my IT band, which really is kind of odd. I mean, I feel it often, but not usually that early. So that was kind of a little bit of a challenge and a struggle, but it was good. My pacing seemed good. I was excited to be there. Then we got into the double-digit miles, and the rain came. And when I mean rain, it was a pretty significant downpour. But it wasn't cold, so I was glad for that. And I actually wasn't even minding the rain so much until we got to, I want to say it was 14 or 15. I may be wrong about that. But at one point, the rain started coming sideways. And that's when my shoes got really drenched. And that's what bothered me the most, was that squish, squish, squish the whole time that I was running. I started off with a little bit of some technical difficulties. I had the Motigo or Motigo, whatever you call it, app running in the background, but it wouldn't allow me to hear some of the messages, which really frustrated me. And then my headphones started shorting out, so I had to take one out and put it in my sports bra in a Ziploc that I had luckily thrown in my back pocket, so that it wouldn't get even more wet than it was, because I think that's what was shorting it out. So for a little while I had to run with kind of spotty music and things like that, but once I put the side that has the connector elsewhere, then I was able to listen through one ear for the music and that sort of thing. It was a great run up through mile 17. I got to the gauntlet and I was like, yeah, I got this, because I was almost 45 minutes ahead of the time that I had to be there. And then I went on to beat the bridge, because from the gauntlet you have to go on and beat the bridge. So I had another 45 minutes to an hour to get another couple of miles. So I got those under my belt and I thought, okay, I'm good with this. I was at 20. And then at that point, I asked someone, what was the next marker that we had to meet that was running beside me. And they were like, oh, no, we've got this. Once you beat the gauntlet, you're pretty much good to go. But I still liked it, to know exactly what I'm needing. So the mile marker 22 was what I had to make sure that I had gotten there before 149, I think it was. So once I got to mile marker 22, then all bets were kind of off, which I'm glad I didn't know that earlier on in the race. I'm glad that I didn't know that so many of you were really watching me and that you knew my pacing, because then I would have tried to go faster. And once I got to they say you hit the wall at 20. I did not hit the wall at 20. I started going slower at 20 because I didn't want to kill myself, because I wanted to make sure that I would finish. I hit the wall at 24. When I got to 24, and it was kind of just a nothing area, you know, there weren't a whole bunch of crowds cheering you on. There were no monuments at 24. It was just kind of a road. But when I got to 24, I really had to call on my Myra Strong family, because it was just, I just wanted to take my shoes off and sit down, give up. I really did. I was like, oh, I'm done. I'm done. I don't need to go the other 2 miles. But I didn't. I kept my mind occupied. I listened to music. And I got to 25. And once I got to 25, even though I walked a lot between those last couple of miles, the miles in the 20s, I walked a lot, but everyone else was walking too. So I didn't feel so bad about having to stop and walk and stretch and do a couple things like that. By then, my IT band and my knees were screaming. And then that was it. Then it was almost the finish line. And then you sort of get that little recharge. And before I knew it, I had gotten to the end. And it was a very emotional time. Even throughout the race, I would see different people or different shirts that you know, had fathers, sons, brothers that, you know, these people were running for. And it really was so heartwarming. I saw one lady with the 26 people that she was running for, so I thought that was really cool. They were noted on her shirt. And I saw, and I think this is great, because Thea Willie sent me a message, and she was with Debbie and Jill and Pam. And Debbie, I just want you to know that I thought about Chelsea today on that run too, because I got to, I forget which mile it was, but it was one of the upper miles, and you start reading signs at that point because there's nothing else to do to occupy your mind. And one of them said, "Fun fact, did you know giraffes can't cough?" And I thought, oh, that reminds me of Chelsea. Let me tell Deb. I wonder if she knows that giraffes can't cough. So that's the kind of stuff that goes through your mind when you're running a marathon. But I'm kind of glad that some of those messages I didn't get to hear until after the race, because they made me a wreck, really. They made me an emotional wreck, and I would have expended all that energy. I might not have got up at mile marker 24. I might have really just sat down. So I want to thank you all for taking the time to make those messages and to follow me, and for all the text messages and phone calls. I think my dad had a good birthday. I think he's really proud, and I was super, super stoked to have my brother put that jacket on me. He put my dad's flak jacket on me, and have my husband Tom and Kyla and my sister-in-law Jillian all at that finish line there waiting for me. So I did do a few little videos and took some pictures along the way as best I could, because like I said, in the torrential downpour, it was nearly impossible to do some of that stuff. But I'll piece those together, and I'll put them in this clip too. So for those of you that are thinking about starting a journey, I hope you do invite me to follow your journey, because I'd love to. And who knows, maybe there'll be another journey in my future. But for now, I'm going to rest my legs. I'm going to get some Tiger Balm and some Motrin. And I already ate a big cheeseburger and had a delicious glass of Guinness. And I guess I'll throw this other half of the Snickers away, because I can't be eating those things at midnight anymore. I'll see you all. Peace. So I've learned that when you're running on the road, you have to do what you got to do. So I stole a banana from the buffet yesterday, and stole this peanut butter from somewhere else. And it's 4:30 in the morning, and I'm scooping peanut butter from the cup with my finger because I have nothing else. Eating it with my banana. Race is gonna start pretty soon. I've been up every hour, I think on the hour. Like, did I miss my alarm? But I haven't. I'll see you soon. So here I am, I've made it. I'm not yet at the corral, but I am at the start line. You can probably see all the rain coming down. I'm in poncho. Look at all those people everywhere. It's pretty intense. So I'm hoping the rain kind of subsides a little bit. That'd be nice. I think it's supposed to, but a little bit later on in the morning. So other than that, I'm just trying to stay dry as much as I can. Peace. So this is complete insanity. It's still raining. My feet are wet, even though I've taken precautions. My whole body's wet, but what can you do? I'm just gonna go with it. There's music playing. There's thousands of people out here. It's amazing. I had to use a porta potty. Ugh. And, you know, in the rain conditions, that makes it not easy. I probably have toilet paper hanging from my pants. I don't even know. But we'll see. We're getting to the start line soon. Peace. Mile 17, the gauntlet, and this is one of 3 spots you have to make in order to be considered a finisher. So I'm at the first of 3. Woo! I had to make it by 12:33. I think it's like 11:45 or so. So I got like 45 minutes. Can't slack now though. Mile 22, I've had gels, I've had water, I've had tons of Gatorade, I've had oranges, I've had honey stingers, and now I've had beer, which was actually an awesome perk of this race. I've beat all 3 spots that I needed to beat, and I'm on my way. I'm walking a little bit. No, I'm not going to take the fireball shot, even though they're giving them. No, don't think I can do that. I would not finish the race, but I'm going to walk a little bit so then I can finish strong. See you at the end. I think this is my wall. I'm at the 24. I've been walking for quite a bit, and I'm pushing through, but it's not easy. Whew. 24 is all of you guys. So I've been listening to the cheers, and I've gotten the text messages, and I'm ready. Take these last 2 miles. I'm gonna let you guys push me through. Thank you.
I saw David.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Congratulations.
This is amazing. I couldn't do the whole finish line part of it. Just couldn't get that coordinated. Thank you.
Thanks for running.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you.